What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. And today, slot cars. Have you ever been to? If you've never been to slot cars, well, you need to try it out because it's addicting. This is something for people that don't have a warm winter to do in the off season. Because up here in Ohio, we've gotten down to single digits, and that's just too cold for big car racing. So, if you get into this, you probably will not get out of this. I got into this at 2013. In 2013, I was like 5 years old. So, yeah, this is crazy. So, we got this car, Eleanor 2.0. Actually, no. Let's do the original Eleanor first. So, if you ever seen Gone in 60 Seconds, if you ever seen that, this is the car at the end of the movie. It's the main car. This car would go, like, in real life, I think the real Eleanor goes for like $1 million. It's a really iconic car. So if you haven't seen this car, go look up Gone in 60 Seconds Eleanor, and this will look almost exactly the same. So we got a little interior guy in there, and then we got this. Okay, the chassis. So on the slot car track, if you've never been, there's a slot and like braids that are like kind of like that material. You want to put this guide pin in this slot, and then the braids will line up with the braids on the track. Now, obviously, okay, you don't want the front wheels touching. If the front wheels touching, it's going to be it's going to be very inconsistent. You do not want that. We got pinion and crown gears, just like a real car under transmission. Pinion, I think, is a 9. And then I think the crown is a 27, if I'm not mistaken. And then you obviously have tires. Now those obviously have to touch. Now the chassis. You can have a hardtail or a slip joint. Slip joint, instead of taking off and just hitting the tires like a hardtail would, slip joint would flex and then take off. I like them better. I like slip joints better. But yeah. No bar and bar. Bar cars, it's obviously got wheelie bars on them. You'll see that later. So, that's basically what the slot car is. Then we got the Eleanor 2.0, which my dad put like a deeper color, like a darker color on it. Me and him, we don't usually buy cars. We build our chassis, me and him both. I want to start getting into painting. I know how to build a chassis, but I'm not good on painting so far. But this one, it's got like a rounded track motor. It's pretty consistent. Since it's got that open, it will never it does not heat up because it's got all that. So it's got an open part. But yeah, basically that's the exact same setup except for a different motor. The motor in the other Eleanor is a Super 16, and this has a different gear ratio too. I think it's a 16-33 if I'm not mistaken. 16 pinion, 33 crown. Okay. Black Chevy 2, this is the one I built on my own. This one is just, I love this car. It's deadly. It's got something, a Hawk MB in it. It's really slow. But we got I'm pretty sure that's a 1848 gear ratio. So 18 pinion, 48 crown. This isn't the prettiest car because it's like a flat black. But it's I like the Pro Charger on the front. But it's really consistent. So now this is a hardtail. See, it's got no like other wire in there. So when it hits, it just goes. It does not flex at all. So all right. Now we got another slip joint. Oh, I love this car. This Cuda. This car has won me a race before. Considering I've only raced in like 3 races. Oh yeah, you can get like certain tires too. This one has Goodyears on it. This has a Super 16 rotor, which it's kind of similar to the motor that the original Eleanor has, but it's a little slower, and it's kind of combined with a rotor case. This is the slip joint. You can see this one's really slip joint. That thing really hangs down. But this is a beautiful car. I love this. You guys got to get into the slot cars. It's hella fun. So tell your parents, or if you're a parent or someone, or if you're an adult, just get into it. You won't regret it if you're a drag racer. I don't know if you don't drag race. Well, if you circle track race, there are circle track races, but man, it's just hella fun. I'm just telling you. Okay, so that's that row. Now this row. This car has done me really good. So it's done me really good considering I've only raced in one race. So let's recap. This year, we've done actually probably the best we've ever done this year. This year we've had, I think, let me check. I think we've had 3 wins this year. One was with this car. This beautiful Cuda. I don't know if you know who he is. Steve Collier. He is deadly. He had 5 cars at 9, and I'm lonely, and I somehow win it all. That was insane. But that was a good car. Then, well, there's Dragsters in this too, but I don't want to show the Dragsters yet. I had a Dragster win, and I runnered up. Like, I got to the finals with this and my Dragster, so I took both spots, win and runner up. So I can't really say if it's a win for this car or not. I just considered it a win for both of them. And what was it? What was the other car that won me a race? I forget what was the other. Oh yeah, the Willys. You'll see that in a second. There, that little copper car right there. That car won me a race this year, and I've won multiple other races before it too. So, and then this car. So, what was it? 2 weeks ago. This car, there were 356 cars for this $500 race, and this car carried me all the way to 12 cars. 356, and I was happy with it. I even put down a perfect pass in it, trip, zip, dead zero. So that was, I love this car, man. And we built this just like 3 weeks ago. So this thing, it's got the same motor in it, rotor, Super 16 rotor. And it's 1648, I'm pretty sure. It's a beautiful car. I think it's a 67 Chevelle. That's a beautiful car. Okay. If you kept up with my channel before I deleted a lot of my videos, that was because something happened. Just don't worry about it. But you'll know that my mom has a 79 Malibu that looks like this. My dad did this car, and I love it. He just put black wheels on it for some reason, even though it has silver, but we might change those. I don't know. This car is beautiful. It looks exactly the same except for the wheel. Now this, okay, you're wondering what this white thing is. It's called a resistor. Now, if you know if you're into electrical stuff and all that, you'll know what a resistor is. But it's really, it helps the car from, it slows the car down, basically. And if the car's, hopping out of the slot and doing weird crap, you want to put a resistor on there, it'll probably work. This has a Hawk 7 with a resistor, which usually no-bar cars need a resistor with a Hawk 7. Now, some don't, I know, but it's still. This one, I'm pretty sure, has a 1648 gear ratio as well. Yeah, this is just a beautiful car. I think it looks almost exactly the same as my mom's real car. We still have yet to build a replica of my dad's Malibu, but it's coming, don't worry. This car, oh my god, this is probably one of our best looking cars. This 65 Cuda. The only thing wrong with this is it doesn't have a taillight. It has one, but it doesn't have the other. This is another slip joint, just like, oh yeah, my mom's car was a slip joint. This runs really slow. It's got a resistor in it too with a Parma kind of motor. I think this has a 1652 gear ratio. But it's a beautiful car. I just love this car. Mopar. Oh man. All right, Hemmingford. This is another good-looking car. I won this in a kids race last year, or well, no, 2 years ago technically. Last season I should say. And it's got another Hawk 7 with the resistor. Now this chassis is a little different. This is a higher dollar chassis. It's a hardtail, and this just runs pretty good. We've had problems with it lately, but we think we figured it out. And when it did run, it was between 7 numbers the whole day, which is good for these, because okay. These things run, you say 1430, you think, oh, that's 14.3. No, we say 1430 as 1.43. These cars will run about at least a second, somewhere around a second to like 60 feet. It takes them a second to get down to 60 feet. Or somewhere around there. This runs 1.440. And so that means you gotta think, in real cars, a 1440 would be, the 0 is the hundredths place and the 4 is the tenths place. Well, no, this is different. If you go 1.440, the 4 is the tenths place, the 4 is the hundredths place, and the 0 is the thousandths place. So that means this thing was between 7 thousandths the whole day. And I've had cars that have done way better than that. I've had cars that have stayed between 2 thousandths the whole day. Okay. This car, okay, it's a really good car. Now I see the wheelie bars, but it is an ugly ass car. This is just horrible. But this is what a wheelie bar car looks like. Kind of different chassis. It's got an actual rotor in it. And this car is just deadly. I mean, it runs really good, but it's an ugly piece of crap. So, yeah. Yeah, that's basically what that is. Yeah. Okay. This is the car that won me this year. It's a Willys. Another bar car. You don't see too many Willys anymore. This one has a Hawk 7, but no resistor. Because it's a bar car. You don't really need to put a resistor on a bar car with a Hawk 7. Because it's got bars. It won't do anything crazy. This has a 1648, I'm pretty sure. This is kind of different chassis. It's really flimsy. So if you like wipe it on the cardboard like really hard, it will bend the chassis and it'll get all the shape. So you gotta be gentle with this car. Okay, sorry about my dogs in the background if you hear them. Sorry about them. You're gonna hear them. Anyway, now this one, if you ever seen Tom the Mongoose McEwen, old school funny car, this is so much detail. My dad did this body, and it is great. This is a very consistent car. It's got a Super 16 rotor in it. This is just a beautiful piece of work. I love this car. Another bar car. Bars aren't as long. Yeah, sorry if you hear them. This is actually a Duster, which is what Tom the Mongoose McEwen heard. I love this car. This is just beautiful. If you've seen Tom the Mongoose McEwen, you'd probably appreciate that car, cause man. All right, the Purple People Eater. This car is our most winningest car. This thing has like 10 wins. This has another rotor in it. It's a rough looking car, but this car's been around since the 90s, and we haven't had this car in the 90s, but we got this car. It's been passed around so many people. This is just I love this car. It's so consistent. It stayed between 2000s all day. Oh man, it was so good. Okay. Here's what a controller looks like. Kind of like that. Sorry about the wire mess. But you hook. So on a track, they have like things you hook up to with these. It's kind of like a battery. If you're trying to jump start a car, it's kind of like what you do. It's hook it up. And then this controller, you got a dial where you can dial down how fast the car leaves and how slow it goes. It's just, you can do whatever with it. GTX. This car is a work in progress. It has not made a clean pass down the track. But this is another one of these chassis. But this is a beautiful car. Another Goodyear tires. Hawk 7 with the resistor. Still a work in progress, but that's a beautiful car. I love it. My dad did this car. I did the chassis. Well, me and him did the chassis. Okay, sorry about that. I accidentally hit the end button. We're just gonna combine the two videos. But yeah, that's what happened with that. Okay, The Godfather. He's an old school. He's used to be on Street Outlaws. He used to be a part of Team NOLA. If you recognize the big bullhorns, yeah, that's him. It's a 69 Camaro. This is another bar car. This is a faster car. Now, this is what we have called a hybrid. A hybrid is a motor that has a different arm in it, which is like what you see in there, and a different case in it, which is which is the outside. The arm, I think, is from a Group 12, and the case is from a Super 16. This thing will run 0.91s, which means which we call it 910s, but it runs like 0.91s, which is under a second, and like 40 feet. And it'll run 1.09, which is like 1090, but with like a 1 point in like 60 feet. So this is a pretty fast car. Okay, that one. Last door car. Daytona. Now this is a hardtail. This is a car that I put it together myself. I painted it and everything. Put the wing on. This is a car that I did completely myself, and it runs pretty good. I mean, it's not the prettiest chassis, but it runs good. It's got a random Parma motor with a resistor. This thing, it runs pretty good, I'd say. It stays between 100th all day, so I like it. It's a Daytona. Not the prettiest car, but I still think it looks nice. Okay, on the dragsters. Alright, let's start with the one that I wanted. Where's the one that I wanted? Alright, this is the one that I won and runner-up with that black Chevy too. Whew, man. I love this car. This car has never failed to disappoint me. This car has been in I don't know how many semis and quarters, but it only has one win. And I've had like 3 runner-ups in it. It's so good. This has a DPR Outlaw 16D. This thing, it runs fast. It will run 1.03s in like 60 feet, which is a scale quarter mile. 124 scale 20. 124 scale quarter mile. We just call it quarter mile and 1,000 foot because that's what the 2 tracks I run on. Scale 1,000 foot, but yeah, this thing, it's not that pretty, but it's still, I'd say pretty. Got that. I'll show you the underneath of the chassis. Not too difficult. Just pretty simple. Yeah, that's what that is. So we got that one. I'm not gonna bother putting it away yet. That's gonna be hassle. We got this one that still needs to be painted, but we put this thing together like last month, and we're gonna paint it over the summer this year. This thing has another Super 16 rider, and it's a beautiful car, just like the white it is. But that's basically what that is. You can build a slip joint dragster. We don't have one though. And then we only have 3 dragsters, which is kind of sad. But I got a door prize from that big race, and I'm going to be building that over the summer this year. Okay, this is a hassle. Oh, man. Okay. Here's this dragster. This is what we call a piece of crap that we put together, but it runs good. Okay. It's got a Hawk 7 with a resistor. I don't know why we have no resistor on a dragster, but, it's just the way it is. This is a Lexan body. These other 2 bodies are hard body. This means this thing is way lighter. But this thing ran pretty good. I'm telling you, it ran from 1190s 1193 to a 1201 all day. So that's between 8,000s. That's pretty good. So yeah, that's it basically. Oh no. Okay. So if you have any questions about slot cars, which if you do, please ask me. I will try to answer as many as I can in the comments. Yeah. I guarantee you, if you get into this, if you're definitely if you're a racer, you will get addicted. It's so fun. I got my friends into it. Let's just say I have like 60 slot cars now. So, yeah. And these things, okay, let's take a look at one. I'll give you prices. Okay, an average motor is about $20. This one's like $23, I think. Tires, just not the front wheels, but the tires are like $20 to $30. And then you can get high dollar tires, which are like $100 if you want, because they're like beadlocks and everything. They call them skinners. Gears, pinion and crown is about like $8 total. Well, they don't make these chassis anymore. It's originally just a $10 chassis. Now you could get one of these chassis for $20, but that doesn't come with the tubing. You have to buy the tubing, which is like $2. It's not that expensive. Front wheels around $10 to $15. Guide pin and braids around like $7. And then the body, which a model kit, you can do a model kit and just take the body from it and all that. It's $30 for usually an average model kit. Yeah, but it takes a lot of work. I'd say this one could go for probably at least $200, because it's got a nice paint job. It runs very well, and it's got a good chassis and everything. So that one could probably go for $200. And it varies on what car you want. And it's an iconic car, so someone at the track offered my dad $250 for this thing, but my dad didn't take it because he just built it. So, yeah. So if you want to get into slot cars, comment down below. Comment any questions you have. It's going to be fun. I guarantee you. I don't think I probably left out something, but if I left out something that you think should be in, comment down below and I'll answer your question. So have a good day, everybody, and let me know if you get into slot cars, and I'll try to be posting for the few time we have left a couple slot car videos at the track. But my track is supposedly supposed to start in like beginning of March, so getting that time already, and we're trying to get the motors put on the big cars. So, yep. So let me know, and any questions you have in the comments, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.